Bit of a shout out here. Now, if you want to see some interesting detecting content, why not go over to Southern Relic Adventures. Now, Brian and Michael have got some interesting videos and a podcast, which I think is weekly. But I know Brian has been testing out that new multi-processor mode, so you might get some useful information over there. So that's Southern Relic Adventures. And hopefully I'll be having a chat with those guys in the very near future.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Friday night. It's a Friday night, and everybody knows what that means. It's time for our show. So we're so happy to have each and every one of you here with us tonight. We have 43 good souls in the house, and we appreciate each and every one of you for being here, and thank you guys so much. So I want to make sure that we welcome in, as always, our good friend, Mr. NC Relic Hunter himself. And let's bring Mr. Michael in here. What up, Michael? How's it going?
Good evening, guys. You doing all right this evening, Brian?
I'm doing okay, Michael. I'm trying to do a couple of things while we're sitting here talking, trying to do some technical work here, Michael.
Who was that guy you played at the beginning there?
Who was that, Michael? Who was that? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Everybody knows him. I've watched him for years and years, and he is I've learned a lot from Mr. Blackwell, and he's a great guy. We've been talking to him, and he is I'm sure most of the people, if they've had a Deus 2 or a Deus, original Deus, they're familiar with him, and he's a very knowledgeable guy, and I look forward to having him back on the show and talking to him.
Yeah, and he's going to come back on with us coming up, hopefully in the very near future. We got so much stuff going on, but we really appreciated him giving us a shout out on his last video that he put up on the Deus 2, and he and I have been conversating quite a few times via text as we've been sort of working through some of these things and trying to figure this thing out. But man, it's been great talking to him because he's such a knowledgeable guy, and we want to give, as always, we want to give a shout out to his channel too, the Skill School. So any of you guys that want some information, some good tutorials, just a solid channel for information, go check out the Skill School with Mr. Gary Blackwell. And I know he would greatly appreciate it. And again, we're sort of trying to work together on some things, and I appreciate Gary being so responsive to some of the questions that I've had as well. So it's been really nice talking with Gary over there in the UK. And speaking of the UK, we'll wait on that. I'll bring that up in just a few minutes. Let's do our shout outs, Michael. So we got a lot of people in here. They're piling in here, Michael. We got 55 good souls in here tonight to check us out. And we appreciate each and every one of you. We got a jam-packed show. It's hard to get it in an hour, as most of you realize. But we're going to do our best, and we're going to have a good time tonight. Thank you all for being here. Let's do our shout-outs real quick. Michael, we got Mr. LC Hunt in the house. Says hello, folks. Glad to have LC in here. We got Bells in the house. Bells 1054 says, good evening, everyone. Glad to have Bells with us. We got Mr. J. Rummy in the house. Says, evening, ladies and gents. We got Mr. David Moss in the house. Glad to have David with us. We got David Link 9760 in here with us. Glad to have David Link. We've got our man, Mr. Old Pelon. Glad to have Old Pelon in here. It says, good afternoon, Brian and Michael. He said good afternoon. He must be on that West Coast time right now. Glad to have Old Pelon with us. We got Button Digger in the house. He says, all my exes live in Texas. That's why I make my home in Washington, D.C. Let's go. Glad to have Button Digger in the house. Thank you, Button Digger, for being here. There's old Mr. Chris Engel in the house. Hey, Chris, glad to have you here with us tonight. There's Mr. Tesh Ridge Digger. Glad to have Tesh Ridge Digger in here all the way from Louisiana, the Bayou Country. Glad to have Mr. Doug Atkins, also from the Bayou land. Glad to have Doug in here. We appreciate Doug being here. There she is, Mrs. Teresa, the treasure hunter. Going to be on a show with Teresa coming up real soon. We're going to talk about that in a few minutes. There's Mr. Ferris Grump. He says, hello, Michael, Brian, and everyone watching. Glad to have Ferris Grump in the house. There he is, Mr. Detect Meister, all the way from Ireland. And we are always glad to see him join us on a Friday night. There's Mr. Ricky Bennett in the house. He says, hello, hey, I think it's Double G Diggs or DDD. I don't know who that is.
Dirt Devil Detect.
Dirt Devil Detecting, right. Glad to have Mr. Ricky Bennett in the house, a great supporter of the channel. And there he is, Mr. Dirt Devil Detecting. Glad to have Dirt Devil in here. We appreciate him. There's one of our main men there, Mr. Digging Daryl. Look at Digging Daryl's logo, Michael. He's got that big old XP.
Yeah, I saw that. That looks good, Daryl.
It does, Daryl. Looks really good, buddy. There's Mr. Scott Ellis. He says, happy Friday to everyone. Glad to have Scott in here. There's Just Dig Deeper in the house. Glad to have him in here all the way from Pennsylvania, the Keystone State, Michael. So glad to have him in here with us. There's Buried Treasure. Says hello, everyone. Glad to have Buried Treasure with us tonight. There's Mr. 5 Mile in here. 5 Mile Relic Hunters always with us each and every Friday night. We appreciate him joining the channel all the way from Missouri over there with Daryl. There's DK1 Detect says hi, everyone. There's Mr. Papa Vane in here with us tonight, Michael. Glad to have Papa Vane. There he is, the History Digger. The Riz is in the house, and we appreciate the Riz being here. Thank you so much, Rob, for joining in with us tonight. There's Riddles Relics. Says, what up, good people? Glad to have Riddles Relics in the house. There's Mr. David Frazier. He sent me some really cool things this week via email. And I appreciate David Frazier being here tonight. Always a supporter of our channel. There he is. Look at him. There he is. The big man himself. Mr. Digging Dude all the way from New York. And not New York City. I think he's outside of New York City.
Hopefully it's starting to warm up.
Yeah, it's starting to warm up. Good. There he is. Look at this. We got Mr. Surfside Dan in here, Michael. Glad to have
Dan.
Lieutenant Dan in the house all the way from Surfside Beach, South Carolina. I love having Surfside Dan in here with us. There's Mr. Double G Diggs. Glad to have Double G Diggs with us tonight. You need to check out the interview that he did with the History Digger on his show. Had a great find, didn't he, Michael?
Yeah, sure did.
Helped a guy out finding some gold coins. Yeah, right. So we need to get Double G Diggs on here with us.
Tongue twister.
That's a tongue twister for sure. Glad to have Double G Diggs in here with us. Harlan Gabbard in the house, says Pinpointer. Glad to have Harlan with us. There's Chris again. Let's see here. I'm trying not to miss anybody. Henry Shaw's in the house. Says greetings from South Carolina. Always love having my South Carolina brethren in here tonight, Michael, and we appreciate Henry Shaw joining with us. There's Mr. Michael Workman. Glad to have Michael Workman in here with us tonight. I'm scrolling down. There's Jeff's Detecting Channel. Glad to have Jeff's Detecting Channel in here with us. Says hi, y'all. Well, we're glad to have you in here with us, Jeff's Detecting Channel. Thank you for joining. There's Metal Detectorist, and she's been putting up some videos too, Michael. She's got that Legend too, and she's out showing some things out there with that Legend too. So, hey, Bree, and we're so excited to have you with us tonight as well. There's, I don't know how to say this one, but Germ CKGOSL8LU says, good evening. Glad to have them in the house with us tonight. I'm going down. Michael, don't let me miss anybody. There's Lurker Troy says, hit that like button. Glad to have Lurker Troy with us. There's Mr. Buzzsaw in the house. Says, good evening, everyone. There is Paul Casper. Says, hi, SRA and NC Relic Hunter. We appreciate you being with us tonight, Paul. Thank you so much. There's Mr. Yakina1 in the house. Glad to have Yakina. Appreciate you joining in with us. I think he says hello from Guam. I think that's what he's
Wow.
to
Yeah.
say. Yeah, glad to have Yakina in the house with us. There's Dig 5050. Glad to have Dig 5050 with us. There's Mr. FLX Detectorist, Mr. John. Glad to have John with us tonight. Thank you, John, for joining in. There's UABFWSSRC here. Glad to have him in the house. Here's Tom in South Carolina. Says good afternoon. Glad to have Tom with us tonight. Blind Squirrel Detectorist is in the house. Says thanks for a great Friday show and joining from coastal North Carolina. Glad to have Blind Squirrel Detectorist with us tonight, all the way from one of our favorite states, North Carolina. We're glad to have him in the house. Let's see here, Michael, getting through these. I'm almost down at the end. Thank you, Just Dig Deeper. I appreciate that. Remember, all super chat, super thanks go straight back to the channel, and they help us make this live stream possible, as well as all the other things that we do. So we appreciate those super chats and super thanks. We appreciate each and every one of them. There's Mr. Terrell Haygood in the house. Glad to have Terrell in here with us. There's Deuce Treasure Tracker. Says, hello, everyone. Glad to have Deuce Treasure Tracker with us, Michael. And there's Digging Up New York. He says, hey, how's everyone doing tonight? We so appreciate you being here all the way from New York, up there where Digging Dude's at, Michael. There's Jason Coos, I believe. He says, greetings all, and we're glad to have Jason with us. There's Mr. Ohio Fred in the house, always a great supporter of the channel, as well as Mr. Don't Tread on Me Metal Detecting. Says, good evening, everyone. He just got his WS6 ST headphones today. And we're going to be talking a little bit about those headphones, because there's another person that just got his headphones yesterday. Yeah, so we got him with a pair of those headphones. There's Nose Digging in the house. Glad to have Nose Digging. And Michael, I think I've ran through them all.
Did you get Northern Tier Metal Detecting?
I did not, but I appreciate you saying that. Northern Tier Metal Detecting. Glad to have you here with us on a Friday night. And look who just popped up in here. We've got Mr. Key Day Kid, Mr. Casey himself from Excalibur Shovels. Go check out an Excalibur shovel if you want a really good shovel to dig with. Casey can get you hooked up. The Key Day Kid. Glad to have the Key Day Kid
There's
with us.
our buddy Brian, Tom, and SC.
Okay, I missed him. Maybe I'm behind you, Michael, or either it hadn't shown up. But
No, I think you missed him.
I missed him. Okay, glad to have Brian Thomas, right?
It's Tom and SC.
Yeah, I did get Tom and SC. I got him.
Okay.
Yeah, and there's Mr. Josh Grimes said I made it. Glad to have Josh in the house. There's Northern Tier Metal Detecting in here with us tonight, Michael. We're rocking out with 71 solid viewers tonight, Michael. So they're all in here piling in. They want to hear what we've got to say, Michael. Can you believe that?
I know, it's unbelievable, isn't it?
we love every one of you guys, and we appreciate y'all for being here again, taking your time out on a Friday night to join in with our show. It really means a lot, and thank you guys so much. We have a great audience, and we have a great group of people that show up here every Friday night with all kinds of information, and we try to share some of our information as well. So again, great group in here tonight. Let's get to rocking and rolling. So Michael, since you brought it up, well, wait a minute. Before we start that, one thing I want to do real quick. I am going to be on the Dig Show over in the UK. That's coming up. I believe it's on a Friday. It'll be in the middle of the day, but you guys can watch it on replay. February 27th. I believe it's at 2 p.m. I don't know if that's 2 p.m. their time, or I don't know. But anyway, we are going to be on that show. So go and support that show. Check us out. We will be on there. We're going to be talking a little bit of our finds, a little bit about metal detecting, a little bit about metal detectors, And we will be on there February 27th. And Teresa, who's on here tonight, she will also be on there with us as well. So again,
Two
go check
o'clock,
that out.
February
Yes.
27th. Okay.
Yeah, so definitely check that out. It will be on Facebook and YouTube, I believe. So you can check out the Dig Show. And we'll be on there with Mr. Chris Counter, and we'll be doing an interview with Chris, talking a little bit about all those things that we just mentioned. So go check that out. That is coming, and all the way from the UK. So we're going to be going a little bit international. So we're looking forward to that and being on there with Chris. So just giving you a heads up. But one other thing, too, before we start talking about some other things. Don't forget about Digstock. If you guys are going to Digstock, don't forget Michael and I will be there at Digstock. We will have a little tent set up. We'll have a little table, little chair. Michael and I'll be there doing a meet and greet and going out and detecting a little bit at Digstock. So come by and say hey. We'd love to hear from you. We're also going to be doing our live stream from Digstock on that Friday night too. So again, come check us out. We'll be at Digstock. If you're going to be there, we'd love to see you. Come by and say hey. Just hang out for a couple of minutes and just join in on the fun. If you're going to be at Digstock coming up on March 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th. So, and that'll be in North Carolina. If you want to join, you might be able to get on the waiting list and possibly still get in. But I don't know if he's had any cancellations yet or not. It is sold out at this point. So there you go.
It's coming up fast, isn't it, Brian?
Yeah, it's coming up really fast, really fast. So,
Tell
but
me
we
about
will
it.
be there. A lot of people said they can't. Northern Tier Metal Detecting says can't wait for Dig Stock. Well, we can't wait to be there. This will be Michael's first Dig Stock. This will be my third or fourth. Third. It'll be my third Dig Stock. So again, come by and say hey. We'd love to see you. So just throw that out there. So. All right, so Michael, let's talk about these headphones. So Michael just got his pair of WS6 ST headphones, which you guys can see here. Michael, what do you think? What did you notice about them from just playing around with them last night?
Um, I mean, I didn't get them till it was after dark because UPS they come late at my house. But I got to play around with it some. There's a lot of settings to go through, and it's right off in my just it's just me. I just like to run the PWM. I'm not really into the morphing of different. But to me, the most interesting feature on there is going to be the dual reactivity, where you can run two different reactivities on that. I mean, I know a lot of people will like morphing the sounds together, but I just like the traditional PWM sound. So,
Right.
but to me, that's what interests me more than anything is the dual reactivity.
Right, Michael. And I think I've been saying this all along. I think the greatest thing that we're going to see out of these ST headphones and out of the new software update, I believe is going to really be the idea of being able to run dual reactivity, being able to run two reactivities at the same time. Forget about the audio. The audio's great, but I think that's the sweet spot for these headphones, and I think that's going to be the sweet spot for a lot of us that are relic hunters, is being able to run those two different reactivities at the same time, and I think that could possibly help us in some unmasking situations.
Right.
So that's what I'm really looking forward to. I'm going out on a hunt tomorrow too, so I'm hoping that I can sort of test some of that out and see if I'm right about it. And we hope to have a video up for all of you. I will tell you this. I'm not going through the hassle of hooking up a crazy speaker system or any of that. You guys have sort of heard these things. I'm just going to show you and tell you what it's actually doing. Because I don't want a whole bunch of wires all over me while I'm trying to metal detect out in the middle of the woods. I'm just going to be honest. And
Right.
but anyway, but I am going to run some of those different settings tomorrow and sort of see what's going to happen with that. And like I said, Michael's played around with it a little bit. I've gone back and forth on some things. Again, I want to make sure that we're all clear on this. You might have something that you really, really like at this point. If you've got those headphones and you're trying to set those things up. But I would just remind you that there are going to be a few updates to this. So, a lot of things could change over the next couple of months as these updates begin to come out. So, just be
Right.
aware of that. It may start sounding different. Who knows? But
I hope to get out tomorrow too and try it. And like I said, I think the dual reactivity is going to be a feature that that's something that's going to help us. The other features as far as the tones and everything, that's more of a personal preference. I don't know if that's really going to help the performance of the machine. We're hoping this dual reactivity is going to help the performance of the machine, and that's what I'm interested in. You
well,
know,
and that again, if you can run a reactivity of 1 in one channel and a reactivity of 4 in another channel, and
yeah,
you're swinging over a target, you're just going to have, I think it's going to lead to more unmasking. Not only are you going to get better depth, but you're also going to be able to get that better separation, because when you're just running in one reactivity, there are some things that you lose. And you guys all
right,
know that. If you've ever run your reactivity at at 4 or 3 or 2 or 1 or whatever, or 0.5, whatever it may be, you're going to see some changes with that. And that's where I think the sweet spot is going to be for this machine. I mean, I love the idea of the morphing and the audio and all that stuff is really cool. And it's more about helping you sort of understand depth, listening to how close some of those targets are. So when you run like Morph 1 or Morph 2, those things are trying to help you identify more about the depth too. So, I mean, that's another added feature that you can run and use on your machine. And then, of course, you got the dual axis mode where you've got that
right.
non-motion iron. And for some people, that might be great. I don't think it'll be good for what Michael and I do because,
Yeah, like if you were hunting in like an open area, open fields, beach hunting, I could see where that dual axis would be a good feature. But if you're in a lot of iron, I don't think that dual axis is something that you would want to run.
right. And for those of you that don't know what we're talking about, if you're this is your first time on here or you don't understand what we're talking about the presets on the Deus 2 for this multi-processing feature. And they have 4 presets. They have a Morph 1, Morph 2, dual react, and then they have a dual axis. So that's what we're talking about here. And I'm leaning, I mean, I like Morph 2. I think Michael ran Morph 2. We like
Yeah,
dual react. Um, we do, again, we hunt in a lot of iron. So we're really looking at what's going to give us the best advantage in hunting in these high iron loaded sites. And I think that just being able to adjust the reactivities are going to be really all we need. And again, if this is frustrating to a lot of people, the good thing is you could turn it off and just hunt like you normally do. What Michael and I have sort of settled on for right now until we sort of work through some of these things or we get through all of the updates, what we're going to do is run the machine sort of like what we've been running it, but implementing more the reactivity part of it and see if we can get a little better unmasking. And I think that's the path that we're going to follow as we move forward, right, Michael?
that's right. And I would just say one thing that I noticed yesterday going over some targets um, in the multi-processing. I think I was in Morph 2. There was even on a solo target with no iron around, I was getting what sounded like iron bleed through going over
Yeah,
the signal, and I could cut the multi-processing off, and it sounded like a clean signal. Now I'm not saying you couldn't hear the signal; you could
right.
hear it just fine, but it sounded like there was iron with it, and I know that there wasn't. So I don't know if if it was in the settings I had, or if it's, but there was iron bleed through in that multi-process when I was just running. Like I said, I just got them yesterday evening, and I was just running them. But that's something to look at. Um, Hopefully, I can get that figured out tomorrow, but I'll be taking a look at it, and I know Brian will too.
Right. And it sort of is a shame. And Digging Dude brings up a good point here. He says, I agree, Brian. I have a single powered speaker with both channels. I'm not going to wear a mixer on my back and stereo speakers to make videos. Right. And I could plug it directly into my camera and record it that way. But again, I've still got to have a mixer. You got to have all these things that you would have to hook up to it. So for someone like me with a YouTube channel, it's sort of hard to do. Now, if I'm at my house playing around in my backyard, of course, naturally, I could probably do that and be okay, maybe showing a test video or something like that. But to go out in the field with all this stuff on, I mean, it's just a lot. And it's a shame that we don't have stereo sound coming out of those speakers.
Yeah,
But it is what it is. And but I do think there's going to be some good things that are going to come out of this, but it's probably going to take some time for all of us as we begin to learn. That's right. Lurker Troy says, sounds like Greek to me. And I know it does, and it is a lot to take in. But again, if you're someone that loves messing with settings or adjusting your machine or customizing your machine, then this is your dream, really. I mean, you've got
right,
all of those options to do those types of things, which is great because we know that the XP Deus 2 is one of the most customizable machines out there. But again, it's going to take some time going through all these things, and I can't tell you, and I've said this a few times, I can't tell you what to run when it comes to audio. I can tell you what I think I like, but that doesn't mean that you're going to like it. And so that's where it becomes sort of subjective as far as what you run and what you're going to like, right, Michael?
right. Well, it's like you said, it's tough to film that too. I mean, you used to could hold the speaker up to your headphones, and if you couldn't, play it through the speaker, but you can't really do that now because you're getting different audio out of each side of the headphones. So it's tough to film it,
It is
unless
very
you have this
tough. It
elaborate
is
setup.
very tough. Digging Dude's saying he's got his set up to run like the Rudis Versa. And we've tried to isolate the iron. I
Yeah.
know some of you have asked us, hey, can we isolate the iron? Well, you can to a certain extent, but the problem is that when you try to isolate that iron, you end up with discriminated iron. So you're really not getting the true iron tone because whatever your discrimination's at in that channel 2 is trying to discriminate that iron as well. So you might not get it as loud as you think you're going to get it. And even if you turn channel 2 all the way up to 10, and I know some of you are going like, what in the heck is this guy talking about? But if you ran channel 2 all the way up to 10, even then, it's still sort of not as loud as what you would probably hope for. Right, Michael?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it is. I noticed that I had it cut all the way up to 10, and it sounded normally what I hunt, which is usually 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going
LC
on
brought
here.
up a good point, and we said that we probably wouldn't use it in iron and real heavy iron, um, and it might do dual axis might do okay if you really slowed down, but
Yeah.
again, the situations that we're in, those nails are like it's like a carpet of nails. So you really
Right.
can't escape that broken sort of iron tone that's going to run through that. Even if you swing slow, it's still going to be there slightly. But I get what he's saying because I do know of situations where sometimes you can finagle. If you were running maybe the HF2 coil or maybe even running one of those smaller coils and lowered that recover reactivity speed down, then yeah, maybe you could sort of sneak something out of that iron, like LC Hunt saying with the dual axis. So Yeah, I agree with him on that part.
Well, I mean,
And
it sounds good, but like, hunting open areas, parks where there's not a lot of iron,
right,
beach, as
right.
far as sizing a target, I think it works pretty good, you know.
Well, and I like what LC says he found morphing sort of annoying. And that's why I was saying, if you don't like the way some of that morphing stuff sounds, and then just go back to the tones that you like, run
Yeah.
PWM in both of your audio tones or your
And that's
audio.
what I'm doing
Yeah,
right now.
just run PWM or run high square, whatever it is that you're used to. And just don't worry about the morphing side of it. But again, you could run dual react, which is what Michael was running yesterday, or you can run morph 2, and it'll sort of take a little bit of that sort of weird. It almost sounds like a digital sound, is what I what
Right.
I think.
Yeah.
Don't you think so, Michael?
It does. It really sounds digital. I mean, it's hard to describe, but
Yeah, it is. It really sounds sort of digital. So if you really don't like that, then just set your audio to what you're normally used to and go out and hunt with it. Again, I still think that the main thing is the reactivities, being able to run two different reactivities and two different channels and being able to hear that. I think that's where we're going to see the benefits out of that. What were you going to say, Michael? You wanted to say something?
yeah, I mean, it's just like morph two. Like I said, any of these you can adjust it to where it sounds good. You don't have to have the two tones more together. Like you said, you can run PWM and PWM or high square, and it sounds just fine, or what you're used to. Now,
Right.
some people may like that. It is a different tone. It's I guess it's kind of strange to us right now.
It is, and it's going to take some getting used to. I mean, I'll be the first to admit it. And you guys know, I've been running that Deus 2 and the Deus 1. I've been running it most of my career, and by far my favorite machines. But this has been a struggle for me to try to wrap my head around a lot of this, and I know it's been a struggle for some of you too. But I want you just to remember that you don't have to do it. I mean, you don't have to. You can cut it off if you want, or you can do what I'm suggesting. Go find the audio tones that you like the best, whether it's PWM, high square, square, pitch, whatever it may be that you love to run, and go with that. If you just can't get used to some of that other stuff, and I think you'll find it to be more pleasurable as far as your hunts go if you want to use the stereo headphones with the multi-processing. And that's what I'm going to encourage people to do until we see the next couple of updates. So again, they're great sounding, and I think we're going to enjoy what we eventually have, but it is going to be a learning curve for a lot of us because now you're having to adjust one more thing that you weren't used to having to adjust. And then again, when you do find something that you do really like, make sure you save that thing and put it into a program so you don't have to go back through constantly to change those settings. And that would be my suggestion for anybody right now. What do you think about that, Michael?
Yeah, it would pay you to save it if you find something you like, and if you do adjust it out in the field, make sure if you're like me and you have to use reading glasses that you bring them because it's tough to see it. I mean, for me, because I have to use reading glasses, and I needed reading glasses to see that because it does get kind of small on that multi-process screen. So
Yeah, yeah. So, but we are going to keep working through it. We want everybody to be successful with these headphones, just like we want for every machine that we talk about. Our main goal of our channel is to try to help you become successful, no matter what machine you use, and you go out and have a good time running it and have fun with it. Don't let the machine or don't let the updates or the equipment overwhelm you. Go out and do and learn your machine the best you can and have fun. I mean, that's what it's ultimately about. And I know I keep saying that, but again, that's just what you really need to do sometimes, and just let some of this other stuff go. I mean, let all the background noise go right now, and just go out and try to learn the machine. Find something that works for you, and just enjoy what you're doing. I mean, that's ultimately what it's all about. So, oh, somebody put up some Wicked Chris. Don't tread on me. They gave a fist bump there to him. There's the Wicked Digger. Says hello, Teresa. Glad to have the Wicked Digger on here. He's a good, and we're going to talk about that Legend 2 here in just a few minutes, because we got some Legend 2 people on here, and we love to show and feature all machines, not just XP. So we do a little bit of everything. Yeah, History Digger's right. Don't underestimate the time investment to grasp the new audio. And it might take some time. It really will. And Rob's exactly right. Digging Dude says, I only use dual tone in areas where there's a moderate amount of moderate trash, not heavy iron colonial sites. I use dual tone in areas with the beer cans, large foil juice bags, and I use it for sizing. Right.
Yeah.
It's a great tip there, Digging Dude. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wicked Digger says, yes, Dirt Devil, I've had it for 2 weeks and haven't been able to swing it because of the snow. And I know a lot of you are, especially you guys up north, maybe some of you guys a little bit further out west, and we've had some really cold weather too for the south, but nothing like what you guys have had. So I do feel for you guys. So we'll see what happens with us tomorrow. So we're gonna get to talking about the Legend 2 here in just a few minutes, and more about the Deus 2. Thank you so much. 80 viewers, hit that like button. Yes, that is correct. We have 84 fine people in the house. Thank you guys so much for being here on a Friday night. Please hit that like button. That we would greatly appreciate it. We'd love to get to 100. Michael, if we get to 100, here's my deal. We get to 100, we're going to have a better giveaway than what we had planned for
Special
tonight.
giveaway.
Yeah, but we got to get to 100, so y'all need to go get some people to get on here, and we might have a even special giveaway for the live stream for tonight. So yes, get some more people on here. Let's get this thing going. Sir Diggs a Lot says it's different, but I think it will be great when we get a better understanding of it. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Heat wave coming across the U.S. A lot of people out with the new equipment, and post results may hit 50 degrees here. Well, we hope so, Ohio Fred. We're hoping all of you guys get a lot better weather. Lake Pilot USA says, what's up, folks? Glad to have Lake Pilot in here. Wicked Digger says he's still got 12 inches of snow on the ground. So, yeah, that's not a lot of fun, is it? Drummond Detect says smacked it. So I might have missed that one. And there's a lot of people. Please post results. Ferris Grump. So, so Michael, back to this. One thing I wanted to show. Go ahead. You going to say something, Michael?
No, I was just looking at the comments.
Yeah, we got a lot of people on here, and we appreciate everyone being here tonight. But Michael, I'm gonna see if this is gonna work. Y'all be patient with me on this one. Let's see if this is. No, wrong one, Michael. Where is this? This one. It's this one, Michael. Whoops. It's not wanting to focus in, but that's okay. So there's the Deus 2. But Michael, we just got in another play toy too that we wanted to show on here. And that is this little bad boy just came in. And look what we got here, Michael. How many of you have the WS6 and you've been waiting on seeing some video of the WS6 ST? So we now have that in the house. So we're gonna be showing that. Michael, what do you think about this WS6 ST?
Well, that's interesting. You hadn't had a chance to mess with it. I was just wondering how easy it would be to navigate on there. I know, well, it's been a while since I've used the WS6, the standard WS6, and it's going to take some time to learn to get back through the menu on it, you know. But
Yeah, that's the one thing. So you guys are seeing. I haven't even taken the wrapper off of this thing, Michael. Look at whoa! Look how shiny that thing is. See that?
yeah,
Nice and pretty and shiny. So, what do you think about navigating that screen on this WS6 ST, Michael?
it's going to be tough. It is for me anyway. I mean, if you use the WS6 a lot, it may not be too bad. But like I said, I hadn't used one in a while, so it would take some getting used to.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Old timer 5037 says still small. Ha ha ha. It is. It's a small one. I'm going to have my challenge here for me, Michael. Old
Yeah.
timer's making fun of me with this thing.
You want to borrow my reading glasses?
I know. That's my question. How's the menu going to be with the new stereo? Well, we'll show that menu here in just a second. Dirt Devil Detective says it won't be that shiny for long. It sure won't, Michael. That thing will be all sky, and that brings us to the tip that I'm going to give. I'm a circumvent Michael right now for a real quick tip of the week. If you do get these things, okay, I would say definitely get some sort of screen cover, because when this thing gets scratched up, which it will, then you're not going to be able to make out all those little small menus on there, are you, Michael?
Right. Yeah. So if you can find one of those flexible phone films, I know a lot of them's going to tempered glass, but you can still get the flexible plastic film, and you can cut the shape out for the screen and put it over it, and you can just swap them out. So yeah, that'll save you. If it gets scratched up, you can take that off and put another one on there, and you can still
Right.
see
Yeah,
your screen.
I would strongly suggest that. So if you get this WS6 ST, definitely put something over it, because it is going to get scratched up. And again, the last thing you want is not being able to see your screen. And we're going to hook this thing up, and we're going to turn it into a WS6 ST Master, Michael.
Yeah.
Is what I'm planning on doing with it. And we're going to run through the menus with it too. And again, I'm going to have to get my glasses out, I guess, when I do it. But
So let me ask you this. So if you have this module here, and you have the jack adapter that goes on the back, you would be better to run wired headphones, unless you'd have to buy some ST headphones.
yeah, you would have to buy another pair of
Right.
WS6 headphones to pair it with this.
So
So,
to me, you'd be better to use a wired headphone if that was the case, and just maybe put that in your pocket if you wanted stereo.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know, if you were using just a WS6
Yeah,
master.
if you were using it that way, then yeah, you could do it that way. But yeah, I did want to show that we did have those, and we are going to be getting out with those sometime in the near future. Hopefully
Well,
this
fire them
week.
up. Let's see what it looks like, Brian.
Oh, you know what this thing looks like, Michael. You've
So
seen
let's see
this
if you can
thing.
remember how to navigate through it.
There it is. It's fired
Put
up.
you on
There
the
it is.
spot.
Woohoo! Look at that big XP logo. But there it goes. There she is. 4.0. Oh, I got a pair of coil, Michael. I don't
Yeah,
have it.
you don't have a coil pair,
Yeah, I
so
had, like I said, I just got this last night, so I was sort of like you. I haven't had a chance to do anything with it, but we'll be pairing this thing up, and we'll be going through everything. And this thing is so dang small, but yeah, well, I'll have to wait till I pair the coil up, and then we'll go from there. But again, we do have those, and we do have a lot of stuff coming with the WS6 ST as well. So I did want to show that, and we'll be using it, real soon, and we'll see what these menus look like on this thing. So real interested in all of that. So I got to cut this thing off, Michael. You make me kill my battery. Cut it off. Gone to sleep. Went to sleep. She's out. All right. So real quick, some people were saying maybe they didn't tune in from the other night, Michael, when we were going through all this fun stuff. But there's the software, and we're gonna put those through the headphones, and we're gonna go over to. Let's go over to one of our programs here, Michael. But there they are once again. You guys can see it there. And of course, when you go to your menu screen, you press menu, and you just sort of go down the menu, and we'll go do that real quick to sort of show them the multi-processing for those that have not seen this. And of course, it's off. So remember, you do have the option of leaving it off. You don't have to always leave it on. If you want to run it off and run it in single channel, you can do that. But if you turn it on, then you're going to see your presets. And those are your presets right there. So you have Morph 1, you have Morph 2, you have dual reactivity or dual react, and then you have dual axis. So those are your 4 preset multi-processing things that you can play with the multi-processing. So that sort of gives you guys an idea. And then back to this, and then me and Michael were saying we were probably gonna maybe use Morph 2, but if you do that, you go to Morph 2, all you need to do is hit your expert, and there is your screen. You remember that screen, Michael?
I do remember that screen.
Yeah, I got my headphones right here, so I can hear it going through them headphones. Y'all hear it?
Yeah, we can hear it.
So again, there's that screen that everybody's been asking about. You can see you have a channel 1, channel 2. Channel 2 is up here with discrimination. You got the pan bar right here. You have FX here. What that does is sort of spatialize the audio for you. Then you can select your different reactivities there. So you can adjust those, like we've been saying, you might want to adjust those to 1 and 4, 2 and 3, whatever you want to do as far as the sites go. You can set different sensitivities in each channel.
You want to tell them what that pan bar does, Brian?
That pan bar, really, when it's at 0, you have 50% in each ear. As you begin to adjust that pan bar, let me go back up to it, Michael. When you begin to adjust that pan bar, you begin to adjust the audio in the ears. So again, if you turn it up, you guys can see now you're adjusting all the way to 100% in each ear when it gets all the way to the end. And then you can move it down, and once you go down and you get to 0, it will actually switch the channels back up too. So be careful with that.
And it'll switch sides to
yes,
ears.
It'll switch sides, exactly. And then again, like I was going through before Michael stopped me here, we got the different reactivities. We've got different volumes you can set. You have 2 different audio tones you can pick. And this is what I was talking about a few minutes ago. You know, if you don't really like the combination of these tones, then you can go to it and you can just set it into PWM in both channels. And I know a lot of people are going to that until they get some of this stuff a little bit more refined with some of these updates, and that's fine too. And then of course you can pick what kinds of tones you want. The lowest tone in channel 2 will be at 259. Morph 2 comes with a default of 3 tones, but again, you can pick whatever tones you want. You can go 2 tones, 3 tones, 4 tones, 5 tones, pitch, full tones. All of those things are things you can select from. And then, of course, you can adjust the iron tone, which you see here. You can set those up for whatever you choose there. And then, of course, you can adjust the iron volume. So you can decide how loud you want your iron volume to be in each ear. So, again, another setting there. And then, of course, you can have discrimination turned on in channel 2, which you see it flashing up there. Or you can go to all metal, which AM stands for all metal. So that's pretty much it, Michael. I mean, again, you're going to need to play around with it. It's just a lot to sort of figure out what you're going to like. But again, you guys can set it up however you choose. But I did want to show it one more time. I know we did a lot of this on the last show, but I know a lot of people have been wanting to see this. And if this is your first time seeing this and you're planning on updating, then this is what you're going to see. And hopefully this, by seeing this on this channel, will help you get more and more familiar with it. So, Michael, tell them what you saw last night when you started playing around with it, what you were sort of settling on.
I think I moved my pan bar out to about 7 on mine. I just cut the FX off on both sides.
Right.
We were, I think, I was running sensitive full tone. So on program 3, I had it at 2 or 2.5, and for my discrimination, had it about 4. We were trying that dual reactivity.
Right.
95 sensitivity. Scroll down on that, Brian.
95 sensitivity?
Yes. Well, I mean, scroll down on the screen.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Let's see. I think I had PWM on both sides.
Yeah, PWM on both sides?
Right, on both sides. That's what I ran. Of course, it was full tones.
So yours looked like that, right?
Right.
And then you ran full tones, right?
Full tones, right.
Okay. So we go back over here and we adjust it to full tones. I'm pressing buttons.
And you need to remember, guys, if you run full tones here, you want to go in your main program and adjust your offset if you're used to running an offset.
Right. And whatever that offset's set at, remember, channel 1 is your main program. So whatever you set your main program in, that's what you're going to be seeing in channel 1. So keep that in mind too as well. Old Timer says, do you think that version 4 is any deeper? Well, that's a question still to be answered, right, Michael?
I mean, I run it over some deep targets, and it sounded just as deep. I don't know if it's any deeper, but to me, it sounded just as deep.
Right. Okay.
On targets.
Ohio Fred wanted to know if it changed any of the graphics on the equalizer on W. No, you still have the same. Equalizer that you still use like you normally would use, and you can adjust that too, and that can help some too, I'm sure, with some of these things. Michael, what'd you run your iron tone at? Do you remember?
Well, the factory is 202, so I just run. And so you got it in all metal. I had it in discrimination. I run 202 across the board. 202.
Right. Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. And then the iron volume, did you just set it up in 7 on both channels, or did you change it?
I think I ran it at 5 and 10. We had to run it at 10 to really hear it.
Right. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And I want to tell you one feature I've thought about. You know how if you look at the iron, there's iron tone in the discrimination, and there's iron tone in the program.
Right.
Maybe in a future update, and I've been thinking about this. I told you I could hear the iron on the one side still coming through the target. I'd like to see an option to cut that iron off on that one side.
Right. I agree.
And hopefully they can do that.
All right.
I don't know if they can, but hopefully.
Well, we can't get to 100, Michael. We're at 76. We actually lost some viewers. Maybe they don't want to hear about this Deus 2 multiprocessing anymore.
They're waiting on the legend.
Yeah, well, maybe if we start talking about the legend, we'll get some more people back in here. All right, let's talk about this new Nokta legend. So, Michael, I'm gonna pull us back up over here, and I'll tell you, I'm being totally real here. I really like the design of this machine, Michael. And I know I've got my clamp on here that we've been doing some videoing with. We're going to take that clamp off real quick. But I really like the design of this machine, Michael.
Yeah.
You know, if you look at this one, and I wanted to show this because a lot of people. Let me grab the original Legend so everyone can see some of the differences. So,
how's the weight feel between holding one in each hand? There, the difference is it quite?
oh,
Is it
you can
quite a bit?
tell, of course, but I've got the LG 24 coil on here, but
Right.
look at the width difference, you know, between the unit heads. I mean, you can see how much thinner that one is, you know, versus the original Legend. And there's a lot to be said about that. Of course, this one is full carbon graphite, and they've made it where on the back side of this, let me take these headphones off. On the back side of this, and this is hard to see on here, but it's flat right here, Michael.
Mm-hmm.
So what they've done is they've made it where this thing will not twist around. And for those of you that have a Manicore, that can be sort of aggravating from time to time. So yes, and there is a big difference. This 11-inch coil feels almost like what I just had with that LG 24 on the old Legend. And this is the 11-inch coil. And the other neat thing too, and I've shown this feature on the channel, but the other neat thing too is being able to turn this thing sideways. And look how compact that is when you do that. I really like the audio on this machine versus the old machine here. So again, when you're looking at these machines, you know, look at the difference. You know?
Yeah, it's quite a bit as far as the screen size too.
The screen size, when you put them
Yeah.
side by side, I mean, I know that's hard to see, but again, longer screen, bigger screen, more real estate to show things on. So I like the adjustable arm cuff on this too. Being able to slide it up and down is really, really cool. I mean, I'm sorry, on this one, I'm holding up the wrong one. So on this one, sliding it up and down and being able to adjust it really makes it more comfortable. So, you know, if you have short arms or you have long arms, then that's going to be a great improvement.
Edward G mentioned the angle of the head on it. I know they've changed that to make it more comfortable, right?
Right. So look at the angle there. That's this one. It's really sort of sharp, Michael. You
Yeah.
see it?
Uh-huh.
Okay. But look at the angle of this one. You know, it's not as slanted down. So that's going to take a lot of pressure off of your arm. So, you know, if you were swinging this machine, which is the old one, you're probably going to notice, you know, with it, look at the angle on that, Michael.
Yeah, it's quite a bit of an angle there.
So you look at the angle of this versus the angle of that other one. This one is going to pull on your elbow and pull on your arm, you know, which is what a lot of people were, you know, not real happy about with the Legend, was that it felt sort of nose heavy. Well, that's why, because the angle of this is so sharp. Now, one thing I will say, I do like the grip of this one, the old one. I wish they'd put this on the new machine. This one's got that sort of, it doesn't have that textured feel to it. So I would have liked to have seen that rubberized grip. It's got these little bumps right here on the side. But when your hands get all sweaty, I would have rather have that other one. So that's just me. But look, you see the angle of this one, you know, versus that other one. This one's more, I don't know, it's more of a gradual. It's not like, you know, it's not like that, you know, where it's going straight down, you know?
Yeah.
So I like that a lot. The remote head's a lot smaller, a lot thinner. You got a carbon graphite shaft. You've got 99 tones. So that's going to be, for you guys that were Legend 1 users, this is going to be an adjustment for you, but it's going to be a good adjustment. Tell them why these 99 tones is going to be better for them, Michael.
But to me, it kind of spreads out your VDI numbers, and I've always liked the 99 scale better because you can distinguish between the targets a lot better with that scale. To
Yes,
me,
you can. You can distinguish a lot better with that. So, and for those of us that run the Deus 2 or run the mine or run the old Equinox 800, remember how those numbers would sort of get all jumbled up into one range? Well, now
yeah,
these machines, the Manicore, now the Legend 2, now you've got those VDIs sort of spread out across the board. So again, I like this design, and kudos to Nokta. I mean, they really, and I know I said this the other day, but they really did their homework on the design of this machine. And my buddy Rob Rizzo, who's on here right now, the history digger, he pointed this out too. I really wish they didn't have these coming out of the back so
right.
pronounced. If they could thin that up a little bit more, with the charging cable and the being able to put on the coils and everything, if they could thin that up a little bit more, that would have been really really good. But I think
I
they did
kind
a
of
homework.
understand that, but I mean, I know they wanted to use stainless steel adapters for your waterproof headphones, and if you're hunting in salt water, I kind of understand that. But yeah, I know they kind of could have slammed it down a little bit where it wouldn't didn't protrude out as much. Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody asked, Jeff's detecting channel wanted to know. No, they will not. Unfortunately, the new coils are only for the Legend 2. So if you have Legend 1 coils, that they don't work on this machine, unfortunately.
But the
But
headphones were right.
the headphones will. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is that this machine has some great accessories too, Michael. They're going to have a 9-inch coil. They're going to have bone conduction headphones for those of you that get in the water, or maybe for those of you that want a little bit louder sound. They're going to have those. And then they're also going to have a battery pack that you'll be able to buy to make this thing run. But according to what we saw the other day, and I think 5 Mile looked it up for us the other day, this thing's 22-hour battery life. I know it's got a bigger battery. The milliamp hours on it are a lot more than what they had on the Legend 1. So, this thing will go for a while. Now,
Yeah,
I
you really
haven't,
don't need a battery pack 22
yeah, I know,
hours.
22 hours is a lot if that's the case.
I'll
But
be out about a juice before the machine is in that
yeah,
time.
and I'll turn this thing on real quick, Michael. There it is. Hopefully that screen's still sort of washed out. I got to
Yeah.
turn the thing
Go down
down on it.
to it.
But let me get this turned down. This brightness turned down on it, Michael. I apologize, guys. We'll turn this down a little bit.
You said that machine was 2.6 pounds with 11-inch coil. Is that right?
Yes, that's with the 11-inch. So you put the 8 by 5.5 on it, and it's really going to come down some. So let me turn that volume down. Y'all see that better now? Sorry, or the brightness down.
Yeah.
So again, I really like the screen. You got some different menu options on here, and I know this is really hard to see, and I'm going to have a video up with showing some of this. But you got this real quick menu setting that you can use. Let me back out of that. So once you get here, you can press this left-hand button, and boom, you've got this little quick menu up here at the top. These are the basic things that you would be adjusting quite frequently. And then, of course, to take those menus off, you just mash that button again and it removes them. And then what they've done, Michael, is they've added this other button on the right-hand side. And when you press that, you get another menu screen across the bottom. Now, the only thing that I'm not real crazy about is the icons are still sort of small, Michael. And I wish, and I've given some tips. I think Bree's on here right now. What I'm hoping is that maybe they can put like a little black background whenever you press this, and it'll highlight those icons right here, down here at the bottom of the screen. And then you got an advanced menu. When you get over here to the very end, there's a little triangle with a plus, and if you press that, that advanced menu will come up. And you can adjust your tone volumes, you can adjust your tones, what tones you want to use. You can adjust all those things. And man, you can set this machine up in a crazy way and go out and start finding some really cool things. But I like the design of this machine. Now, again, I haven't hunted with it yet. But from what I've seen, just playing around with it, just in the backyard, the performance seems to be there. So this is going to be interesting. And we're going to take it out on the beach. And we're going to see what this thing will do out on the beach. But again, I think they've done their homework. I think they've done a great job with this. And again, I think the design is just unbelievable. And again, we got a lot of people on here. That 99 tones is a big deal.
So from what you saw, I know you got a lot of heating and air units around your house. Did it run pretty quiet, Brian?
You know what? And I think I mentioned this the other day. And let's see here. I know we got a lot of comments. I'll answer your question though, Michael. So what I noticed was when I did a noise cancel or a frequency shift on this machine, it really quieted down. So I don't know. They've got a lot of channels to pick from apparently on this machine. So it did handle that EMI for all those air conditioners and heaters and those types of things that were running in my backyard. And mine can be pretty challenging. So I was impressed with that too, that when I did the noise cancel frequency shift scan, it did great. It actually calmed the machine down in that situation. So and one of the things too that I love multi-2 on this machine. So if you guys are buying this machine and you're a relic hunter, multi-2 is the one that you want to use. It runs at a little higher frequencies. It's really good in trash, iron trash especially. So it will pick out some of those things. And I'm really interested in running the 8x5.5 coil in some of my iron loaded sites and see how that coil, because that coil's different from anything they had with the Legend 1. So, and you get that coil when you buy this machine. Which is great because you get an 11-inch coil and you get an 8x5.5 coil too, Michael. So
that's nice.
And you get wireless headphones. So I mean, you're getting a pretty good bit for the money. And if you're coming from a Legend 1, then a lot of these menus are going to be very, very, very familiar. It's going to be just like old hat, being able to run this machine. So let's see what kind of questions we got over here. Somebody said yes, 2.6 pounds. 10. Bree says 10 to 20 hours, right? Depending on the settings that you're running. Sure, if you're running in multi-1, you're probably going to use more battery as that runs in a lower frequency. So you might run a little bit more. If you probably run a little bit higher reactivity, if you're running your screen with the light on, all of those things will drain the battery. But again, shows that you can really get some good swing time running this machine.
I got a question.
Sure.
Do you know what is the single frequency channels? Is it like 5, 10, 15, 20?
I think it starts at 4 if I remember correctly,
4.
Michael.
Okay.
Yeah, so it does 4, 10, 15, 20, and then I think it goes up to 40 if I remember
40.
correctly. I could go through them right now, but I have to cut it back on, but I've cut it off. But it's got single frequency. So if EMI really is plaguing you, you could drop to one of those single frequencies and run this machine, and you would probably have no problem, especially if you ran at the higher setting. If you ran at that 40 kilohertz, you would probably be nice. So yes, nice run time for sure. Yes. Wicked Digger says yes, it was 2.6 pounds. I thought so. Well, you never detected she's a beast. Yeah, she keeps going and going. I bet she does. I watch her channel. She does a great job. Will this machine go any deeper than the Legend 2? I think he means the Legend 1.
Is it 16 foot?
You're
Oh,
talking.
is he talking about deeper
Yeah,
as far
yeah,
as
he's talking about deeper.
waterproof
I
or
wish it
deeper?
would go 16 feet, Michael.
Okay.
You would sell a ton of those machines.
Right, right.
Um, we don't know yet. That remains to be seen. From what I've seen in my test garden, though, it looks to be very comparable. I think it will be deeper than the Legend one. I mean, that's what I think at this point, because of everything that they've done to this machine. I got a feeling that it's probably going to have a little more in depth as far as that goes, and you can run it to where you do get maximum depth. A slower recovery and running in multi one would probably get you some far superior depth, because you're going to be running in a lower frequency, and you're going to be running in that slower recovery. So I know that would work for that, and you could do the same thing with multi two. But multi one, with it being a lower frequency, if you're looking for silver, might be the better option. But multi two does great for me, and that's the one I like. I just watched Gary's video today too, and I sort of agree with him. I haven't really found a lot of good use for multi 3. I know it's supposed to be really good at handling aluminum, but it's also really good at handling like wet soil conditions. So the guys over in the UK, maybe if you hunt in a lot of wet ground, and maybe that changes a lot, and changes the
So
mineralization of the
it's kind of
soil.
like a general program for the Deus too, right? For wet soil.
Yeah, it would be more similar to the general program. Yeah, Michael,
Right.
that's a good analogy. So let's see what else we got here. Um, I thought the L1 menu was easy. The L2 the user interface is a lot better on the Legend 2, and I will agree with that. I think being able to hit those quick menus, the one on the right and the one on the left, can really help you get to those menus a lot quicker, so you can adjust them. The only thing I've seen so far is just that the icons are a little bit small down at the bottom when you go to look at those. And maybe they'll do something about that with a future update. I'm sure they're going to try to address some of that for sure. Let's see here. The feedback was bubbled up on all great thoughts from you. Yes, thank you. I appreciate it, Bree. And Bree, when you do talk to them, let them know where you got some of that information from. But there's a lot of things that I've seen that I think can make this machine even better, and I'm sure they're going to address a lot of those. Uh,
Right.
Louis Villarreal says not to hit it out of the park with Legend 2. I think so. I really do. Performance, that's the only thing I don't really know yet about, but from what I've seen, I think this machine's going to be a performer for a lot of people. Digging Dude says, "Can I get ESPN on that screen? Don't want to miss the ball game when I'm out detecting." It is a big screen. I'll give them that. So yes, glad you're here, Barb. We appreciate you. Yeah, Drummond Detect says yes. Old old farts are blind as hell. Well, we were just talking about the days too. I mean, this at least this thing's screen's bigger. And now you're having a look at that Deus too with all these different menu options. Michael had to get his glasses out last night to adjust
Yeah.
it. So
It's tough.
it is tough. Corona Doric says, "Love my original Legend, but the battery's down to lasting at most 6 hours, so I'm using it as main part detecting unit." Well, maybe it's time to upgrade to that Legend 2, Corona to Doric. It might help. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. The History Digger says, "I actually like how all the buttons are on the front. I don't care for the side buttons on the Knox and the Manicore." That's true too, Rob. That's a great
Yeah.
point. Yes, Ricky Bennett says, "Much easier to navigate the icons than the first Legend." And Ricky's right. And I think Ricky's got him a Legend too, Michael. I think he
Yeah.
just got one too. So I know he's looking forward to running it as well. So 19 channels, Wicked Digger says, on the frequency shift. So there you go. So you got a few channels that you can maneuver through for the for the noise cancel, which again, I think that's what helps it with its EMI, Michael, because it really did. It calmed it down a lot. They added more channels for EMI. You're exactly right, Edward G. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Heard the Legend 2 can be updated wirelessly. Right. So the other great feature about this machine is that you will be able to update from your cell phone, Michael. So when they do have this next update, maybe they'll have this app out where you can update the machine straight from your phone. And that'll be interesting to see when that happens. But really looking forward to doing that.
Yeah, that would
Wonder
be
how it
interesting.
reacts around other detectors. XP and Nokta. Well, I had my XP out the other day, and it really didn't bother that machine out in my backyard. So I think it's going to be good digging down from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Interesting to know. Relics are for me. I've always liked M3 on the Legend 1 the best. Right, M3 again. Like I said, I mean, I've tried M3. I think it might be really good for somebody that's a park hunter, maybe that deals with a lot of aluminum trash. And then if you deal with maybe some ground noise, then maybe M3 would be the best one. I love the ground suppressor that you can use on this machine, which basically will take out the first couple of notches on the scale to make it where you can run this machine if you are dealing with a lot of ground noise. And some of us have mineralized dirt, but that ground suppressor discrimination pattern will help with some of that too. So there's a lot of really cool customizable settings on here that you get for this machine. So keep those things in mind. And then, of course, you've got ferrous. You can run a ferrous discrimination pattern where you don't have to listen to any of that iron. That's usually about 20 or below. And then you've got all metal. Of course, I don't mind listening to the iron. So you can run an all metal. You can set up a customizable discrimination pattern where you've notched out some of those targets that are just driving you crazy. But you can run a customizable discrimination pattern. So there are so many great customizable settings. And then the other thing that I like is that, Michael, when you adjust, you go into that advanced menu on the bottom, you can adjust the tones, you can adjust the frequency of the tones, you can adjust the volume of the tones, you can also adjust the threshold frequency. You can turn up your threshold volume however you want to do there. You've got a light on the back of the machine too, an LED light. You got a vibration handle. Just so many really neat things. And then, of course, you can adjust your headphones too. And once you pair your headphones, if you're a YouTuber and you're recording, you will be able to have it coming out of both the headphones and the speaker. So that's the option too, sort of like what you had on the Legend 1. You've got the deep detecting mode on there too. So when you get deep signals and you're a little bit unsure about them, you want to know whether they're iron or whether they're non-ferrous, you can turn that up to sort of give you an idea, and it will recognize that iron with that DT turned on. So I really like that setting too, and that's in the bottom menus for those of you that don't know. So man, just a lot of cool things on there. So you do get a lot out of this machine, and a lot of people I think are going to love running this machine. I'm looking forward to running this machine. Let's see, Edward G says I run M2 majority of the time on the L1, but from time to time I do switch things up. Very good. Right, I like M2. I'm with you, Edward G. Ferris, I'm not sure if you can with a cell phone. I missed that one, but low latency
I think
Bluetooth
updates
will
what he's
connect.
talking about.
Yeah. Low latency Bluetooth will connect. Right, you can use low latency Bluetooth headphones for this as well. Ferris Grump says, Brian, oh, okay. I'm glad you said that because we got to do this. And Michael, I know we've been on here for a while, haven't we? Oh, 122. All right. Anyway, LMS just sent me a text message right before the show started. He will have more Legend 2s in stock on Tuesday. He sold out as soon as those things came in, And those things are moving. They're moving fast. They really are. So if you are interested in getting one, you need to give Mike a shout and let him know that you're interested. And there was one other thing I was going to say on here. Let's go over here to Mike's real quick, and we'll get to this. So the other thing is, if you are interested in a pair of WS6 ST headphones, Michael, I got to find mine again. I got so much stuff around me here. But if you're interested in these headphones, he's got one pair left. So if you're interested in getting them, he sold all of his, but he did find one more pair at the bottom of this last shipment that came in with XL2s. If you are interested in those headphones, you need to give him a call, because those things will sell very, very fast. And also, too, I'm going to put this in the chat for anybody that's interested. He does have a code. If you put in WSA ST40, and I'll put that in the chat. But if you put that in, if you order some from him and you put in WSA ST40, you will get 5% off of your purchase. So, and the same way with WS6. So if you put in WS6 ST40, then you will get 5% off of those headphones. And if you put in WSA XL ST40, you will get 5% off of those headphones. So if you are interested in the new stereo headphones, Mike can get you hooked up with those, and you guys can see there's Mike's channel. There's his information on the bottom of the screen. There's his phone number, but it's LMS metal detecting, and Mike can get you hooked up with a pair of those headphones. I don't know about the Legend 2, so that you would have to call him for that. But again, give him a shout. Mike's a great supporter of our channel. We appreciate Mike so much. And he can get you hooked up with a pair, with a Legend 2 or a pair of those new XP stereo headphones. And he's got them. I know he's got plenty of XLs right now. That is his last pair of the WSA ST headphones. So if you're going to get those, you better jump on there right now and put in that code, and you'll be able to get them, because that's the last pair he has. And he told me that told me that earlier today. So, and that Michael got his from Mike, and so Mike is great about getting those things out. He'll get them out to you quickly too, and he can definitely provide service after the sale. So there you go. So again, Legend 2 and the XP Deus 2 stereo headphones, all available at LMS Metal Detecting. And we appreciate Mike and all that he does for our channel. And thank you, Mike. So back to the Legend 2.
I have a question, and I mean, I'm not sure. I know that the Legend 1, the AcuPoint, didn't connect to it. Do you know if it connects to the Legend 2, or is it capable?
It does connect to the Legend 2.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll see, and hopefully I've got one of those AcuPoints coming, and I can actually show that for some people too that are interested in hearing that. So again, we'll try to get that up too when we get one of those AcuPoints, and we'll show it with the Legend 2. But the AcuPoint's a great pinpointer too, Michael.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I like it.
I know a lot of people have thoroughly enjoyed that. I hope someone tests the L2 in saltwater. I'm hoping, Luis, to actually get out on the beach maybe next week. So we're going to run it out there. I don't live far from the beach, so I should be able to get out there and sort of see what it's doing in the salt water. So we'll see what happens there. Let's see. Trying to go through some of these questions. Bree says that she says the beaches here in Washington aren't my favorite, but I can still show how it does. Yeah, I'm hoping to get out. Old Timer says, does the XL stereo sound the same in mono? You know, did you run yours in mono yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, no, neither one of us have. I haven't done it either,
That's a
old
good
timer.
question.
That is a good question, but I would think that it only operates in one channel when you
Yeah,
do go to monos. I don't think it's gonna. You might notice a little bit of difference, but I don't think so. To be quite honest with you. Not to my, there's Mark's on here. Hey, Mark, glad to have you in here. And he says he will be doing his saltwater testing soon. And Mark, we're going to be doing our saltwater testing too, hopefully next week. So again, I'm a mile from the beach. There's no reason why I can't go down there and play around with the Legend 2 on the beach. So we'll see how that goes. Wicked Digger says, oh no, worse for the year. This is exactly what I do here. More snow in Boston. I hope you guys get rid of some of that snow and a lot of you can get out there. Wicked Digger says, I will do that, Luis. Just need the water to be a bit warmer, but I want to give it a go. Right. Wicked Digger, I think you're going to like it. I really do. From what I've seen, I know that it's going to perform really, really well. There's 2 people using Legend 2 now in southeast Kansas that are digging Civil War lead at 11 and 12 inches of soil. It's deep, folks. Yeah, well, there you go. You heard it.
that's good.
And from what I've seen in my test garden, I've got a 12-inch quarter. It's hitting it with no problem. It really locks in. And that's the other thing I want to say about this machine is that the IDs are really good on this machine. You know how some are a little bit bouncy? These tend to lock in really, really well. So I really think that you're going to see that when you start running this machine, and you're going to say, "Oh yeah, I really like the IDs." Now, when you get deep, a lot of these machines aren't going to stay steady, but this one stayed fairly steady, even on some of the deeper targets, and that was another thing that I was impressed with as well. So Just Dig Deeper says, do you guys know if or when XP Deus 2 4.1? We're hearing soon. That's all I can tell you at this point. I don't know. I mean, they have not told me anything. And so I know that they're working hard on that because I know a lot of you are anxious to get that. And hopefully that will be coming out, I hope, next week. I really do. I hope so for a lot of people. So we'll see what happens. Let's see here for a couple of people. We got some people. There's Mark. Glad to have Mark on here. Let's see. Yes, you on the Cape. She's talking about, I think she's talking to Wicked Digger. Yes, very close to the Cape. Right. I think he lives up in Massachusetts, I believe. So he's up
Yeah.
there, right there near Cape Cod, I think is where he's talking about. All right. So Michael, the Legend 2, just one quick other thing too. You've got a couple of different programs. There's a new program on here too, the Relic program, which is sort of acting like their Beast Mode program was for you guys that were Legend 1 users. That's going to be great for really deep targets. Do some deep hunting, looking for masses. So I know the guys over in Europe are probably going to like that feature being on here already. But I think that's going to give everybody a way to hit some really, really deep targets. The brightness on this thing is adjustable too, so it does have adjustable brightness, which I like a lot. But again, solid machine, and we're looking forward to running it tomorrow for the first time. We are going to video it, and we will have that video up for you guys, hopefully on Sunday, so you guys can look forward to that. And we're excited about this machine because, again, when I saw it and I started playing around with it, I was really impressed with what I saw out of the box and the design. The design is what really impressed me about this machine too. So I think Nokta's done a great job. Kudos to Nokta and what they've been able to do. So, Michael, what do you think? Pretty cool machine, isn't it?
I like it. I mean, it's a solid machine. From what I saw you as far as testing, it's got great depth. Um, it's got a nice high screen on it, a good layout. It's
Yeah.
it's a light machine, 2.6 pounds.
Well, I'll tell you what I do like. I like this little bad boy that came
Yeah.
with it.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
like that size too. That
because
9-inch coil is gonna be a great coil too, I think.
right, the 9 inch, and I'm so looking forward to getting the
Yeah.
9 inch coil. So I'm hoping that I will have that really soon because that 9 inch coil, I believe that's my jam, Michael. That's
Yeah.
your jam too. We like those 9 inch coils, and we actually mentioned that to Delic and Mark when they were on here the last time with us. I said, hey, I would really love for you guys to make a 9 inch coil for those machines. And so they did it, So again, they listen. And that's one thing that I think is going to be super, super cool to have and be able to run on some of these relic sites. But I'm looking forward to running this, and I'm going to try this out in my thickest iron spots. And let's see if we can sneak something out with this little small coil. So we'll see what happens. So let's see here. Yeah, Mark says that they're not going to be. I don't think they're going to be at Dig Stock, but
No, he's
Michael and
talking about
yeah.
the hunt uh, in Missouri. Um,
Oh, okay.
I think that's where he's talking about.
Okay, yeah. Well, we will be
Because,
again. Michael and I will be at Dig Stock, and we'll have this Legend 2 with us. So come by and we'll talk a little bit about the Legend 2. We might have a couple of machines with us, but we will have that machine with us. We will have our tent set up. Michael and I will be there, and again, we are going to be doing a live stream from Dig Stock. So you guys will be able to come by and join in on the fun, and we'll talk Legend 2. We'll talk Deus 2. We'll talk Mind Lab products. We'll talk Garrett products, the Vortex. So
yeah,
we'll have almost all of those machines. You guys can come by and say hey, and we would love to see you there. So Michael, how many people we got? We got 84 still in here tonight, joining in on the fun. So we were hoping to get to 100. I've got, and I'm going to say this, Michael. I've got a special giveaway when we get to 100. So when we get to 100 on here, maybe on the next live stream we get to 100, then we're going to be doing a special giveaway. We would love to have, Mark was on here, so we would love to have Mark and Delic come on here with us. And let's talk some more about what Nokta's got going on too. So hopefully maybe they can join us in the near future. We do have, we are working right now to get Mind Lab on here. Debbie's going to be coming on here sometime soon with us. We might have Michael on here from XP, and maybe Philippe will come and join us too, maybe in the near future. But we should have a lot of the manufacturers joining in with us over the next month or two, as a lot of these products are coming out, and you guys want to know a little bit more. So we will have some of those shows in the near future. So again, we're looking forward to possibly having that on as well. So again,
right.
If you want me to do the big giveaway is going to be when we get to 100. So we need to get to 100, and once we do that, we will have a big giveaway. So we're at 83, which we got close. We got close tonight,
Yeah.
but we're still going to do a good giveaway. We're going to do this giveaway from XP. XP is going to be our giveaway people tonight, and we're going to do a beautiful, I'm going to take this out of the package, Michael. We're going to do a beautiful XP Deus 2 polo shirt. Okay, you're just going to have to let me know your size. And Edward G was our winner last week, and Edward G, yours is on the way. But we're going to do a XP Deus 2 polo giveaway, and if we get to 100 on the next show, I'll go ahead and say what we're going to do. We are going to do an MI6 pinpointer, and we are going to do a XP Deus 2 pouch when we get to 100. So next live stream, if we get to 100, that's what we're going to be giving away. So you guys definitely want to be here for that show. The MI6 is a great pinpointer. And then we're going to give away a nice fines pouch to go with it. And we might even give away one of those little phone holders too. So again, tell your friends, make sure you get on here, join Southern Relic Adventures, be part of the fun, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the show tonight. But we're going to do our giveaway now, and we're going to do this XP Deus 2 polo shirt, and that's going to be our giveaway tonight, Michael.
Yeah.
So, who wants to be the winner of an XP Deus 2 polo shirt, Michael? What do you think? Think we can get some people that want to get this polo shirt, Michael? If I can get this thing up here, Michael. Ooh, this thing's bright in my face. So let's pull this up. Michael, what's going to be our hashtag for tonight?
You pick it tonight.
No, Michael, you got to pick it. You know what? I know what you're waiting on. Before we do this, we got to do this. We got to do the detecting tip of the week. Michael thought he was going to get out of this tonight, guys. So we're going to do our detecting tip of the week, and when we come back, Michael's going to
let's do this. Go ahead and give them. Let's give them what to put in, and they can be putting it in while we're doing the tip.
Okay. Well, what's going to be the hashtag, Michael?
I was something with Valentine's Day is tomorrow. Let's do hashtag heart.
Hashtag heart?
Yeah.
Hashtag heart. Michael says hashtag
love. Which one you want to do, heart or love?
We'll do heart. Let's do heart.
Okay.
I like the heart one better, don't you?
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do hashtag heart. Let's get this up here. I'm going to put this in, and then we'll do our detecting tip of the week while we're loading these comments up.
Digging dude don't like our hashtag heart.
Yeah, he says what? What did Digging Dude say?
I don't know. He's got the throw up symbols.
Hashtag heart. It's Valentine's Day, guys, and hopefully all of you took care of your wives, your girlfriends, your significant other, whoever it may be, and you're ready for Valentine's Day. So let's get this rocking and rolling. Let's watch Michael's detecting tip of the week. Thank you guys so much. Hang on here. Remember, we're giving away an XP Deus 2 polo shirt tonight on the giveaway. Remember, if you want to get in, it's hashtag heart, and you can get in on that giveaway. Let's put that up on the... Well, I'll put it up while the thing's going on too. All right, here's Michael's detecting tip of the week, and hashtag heart. All right, let's go.
Hi guys, I just wanted to hop on here and give my tip of the week this week, and this week is kind of about respecting the landowner and the land that you're hunting. If you get permission for an area, I know around here we got a lot of melted snow and it's a sloppy mess out there. But if you get permission and you go to these home sites, you know, or even somebody's house that they're currently living in, just, you know, make sure that you treat that property like it's your own property. You know, just think about it, reverse role. If you own that property, you want to leave it basically like they didn't even know you were there. And I know 90% of the people know this, but me and Brian have went to places and there's dig holes and there's just everything's tore up. Where you park your vehicle, you know, just pay attention to that. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Let me put it up there again. Let's see here. I know I just put it up there, but I have to do it again, apparently. All right, so hashtag heart, and we're going to do this in just a second. So, Michael, anything you got planned going on in the next few days?
I'm going to try to get out and hunt with the Deus too, with the the ST headphones and try those out tomorrow. And because I know Sunday we're going to have a lot of rain here. I know you probably are too. So hopefully I can get out and hunt tomorrow and see how that new 4.0 in the stereo headphones works out.
Yeah, 4.0 and the stereo headphones, and like I said, I'm going to be relaying some information back about the Legend 2. We're going to be running a couple of different things tomorrow, Michael. I'm going to have my hands full, but I'm going to have fun. So I'm going to get out there and go to one of my good spots, and we're going to run the Deus 2. We're going to run the Legend 2. We're going to look at all sorts of things tomorrow, so I'm real excited about getting out. I'm going to be off for a few days, so I'm really looking forward to doing some detecting and just having fun. So again, it should be a great day tomorrow. Just getting out and being outside and enjoying the weather, because it's been cold here in the South too. I mean, I feel bad for these guys up north that are dealing with snow and dealing with the really cold weather. But again, maybe you can live vicariously through us. So come and watch our channel. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you're new here tonight, please again hit the thumbs up button. We would greatly appreciate that. Before you leave tonight, thank y'all so much. We had a great audience in here tonight. Some very good information was shared, not only by us but by our viewers too, and we appreciate that so much as we move forward with our show and with our program. So thank you so much. Don't forget that I will be on the Dig show, so I will be on there over there in the UK. So that show is going to be coming up on February 27th. So go check us out. Check out our good friend Mr. Rob Rizzo with his live stream. So go check that out. That's a great one too. A lot of information there. He does a lot of great history shows. So before we do this drawing, I wanted to mention all of those things. So we're going to load our comments here, and we've got quite a few in here, and we're going to put in our hashtag, Michael. I'm going to do that real quick, and then I'm going to put this up on the screen. And we're going to share our screen here. Let's see if this is showing up here. And we got a good many comments in here, Michael, so this will be pretty cool. So there it is, and we're going to confirm, and we have 74 total participants. So good luck to everyone. Remember, hashtag heart. If you do win, please send me your address, and you can send the address to sransc@gmail.com. gmail.com. We're going to add that in there, and there it is. You guys can see it. We'll shrink this down a little bit, and we'll do this drawing in 1 second. All right, are we ready, Michael?
I think we're ready.
Yes, and congratulations to Edward G. He was our winner last time, and Edward G's got a shirt and a phone pouch coming to him. And tonight we're giving away just a shirt. But remember, if you guys can get us to 100 on the next live stream, we are going to do an MI6 pinpointer giveaway along with a finds pouch from XP. Again, thank you to XP for donating that to our show. So let's do our drawing, and let's start right now. And there it goes, Michael. 3, 2, 1. Who's it going to be, Michael? Northern Tier Metal Detecting is our lucky winner tonight of the XP Deus 2 polo shirt. So again, Northern Tier, congratulations. We appreciate you being here tonight, and we appreciate all of you as well. And we got to do this, Michael. Yes, congratulations to Northern Tier Metal Detecting on his XP Deus 2 polo shirt. Make sure that you leave me your size too when you send me your address. We've got XL, XL, 2XL, and 3XL. I don't have any larges, so hopefully you're not a really small guy. Otherwise, you might
If
get
you're a
given to a
large, you're
friend.
gonna want an extra large
Yeah, yeah.
because they
So
run
yeah,
small.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we have XL, 2XL, 3XL. So congratulations again to Northern Tier Metal Detecting. Thank you so much for being here tonight and being a part of our show and participating in our drawing. So thank you so much, and we will be getting that out to you this week. So we appreciate it. We got so many great people on here. There's Mr. Chris. He says congrats. Scott Ellis says nice show. Brian and Michael, old timer, says I like that, Brian. That's right. Thank you. Congrats. Ricky Bennett says good luck digging tomorrow. Everyone that's going out.
Yeah. Good luck,
Exactly.
everybody.
Go out there and find some great things. Thank you for that super chat, Mr. Ferris Grump. We appreciate you so much. He's always generous with us and helps us out because it does cost a little bit to ship those types of things. So we'll see. Corona Doric says, "Hey, now you have to learn how to play polo." That's right. Oh, you're welcome, buddy. We are super excited about our crowd and the people that were here tonight. Just an awesome, awesome group of people. Congrats. Congratulations, he says. Thank y'all so much. All right, Michael. Well, another great show, and we
Yep.
appreciate you guys being here. And hopefully, you got a little information tonight. You enjoyed hanging out with Michael and I. We look forward to bringing y'all another great show next Friday night. So tune in. Make sure you hit those notification buttons so you'll know, or hit that bell notification so you'll know when we have our next live stream. Again, we're trying to get to 100. Get us over 100. We're going to have that special giveaway. Tell all your friends. Come join us for all the fun, all the excitement with Southern Relic Adventures next Friday night. So you want to be here for that show, and maybe we can do that nice, good giveaway on that Friday night. So stay
Yeah.
tuned. Remember, check us out. We should have a video coming either Sunday or Monday showing the Legend 2 out in the field for those of you that like to see that machine being run on some really tough iron sights. So you want to check that out as well. So looking forward to seeing you guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. Have a fantastic weekend, and we will catch you guys soon on our next adventure. Thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you, and have a great weekend. Take care.
Good night, guys.
Bye-bye.